Hey guys, guess who is Gabby's YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a DIY speaker. I know that many people have done this, but I've been seeing that it's increasingly popular, so I decided to hop on that train. Sorry guys, my hair is a mess, and I've just been reading, and I don't have time. So yeah, let's get on with it. So, you need a roll, like these, but any of them works fine. You'll need 2 solo cups, scissors, or a knife, either one, tape, or staples, but I prefer tape. Or of course you can use glue. And of course, your phone. But since I'm using a paper towel, you can do this for iPads too. Also, you guys will need a pen. First, I'm going to take off all this paper because you don't want this, especially for this DIY, because it will get in the way and it will muffle the sound almost, I guess. Okay, so now we got this done, we're going to put the phone up to here. You can automatically cut it, but I suggest using a pen because you'll get more exact. And you can tell, you can adjust it and stuff like that. And of course, you can always decorate this when it's over. So I'm going to be taking this, and I don't know why it's not writing, but first I'll be taking this. Okay, turn it aside. And my line is not straight, as you guys can see, I think. But you can always fix that later because this is just the alignment and seeing if we can perfect this later on. So make this line a little bit larger, That should be good. I'd say maybe a little bit more. And you're just going to get it until you're comfortable with the position that it's in. So here's this. As you can obviously tell, it's really uneven. So, how to fix this? I hate it absolutely. So, do this. See this? You're just going to try to do a straight line straight across. I know it's really bumpy, but whatever, you're going to have to deal with that. And just going to fill that in so that you know that you filled this in and that it's the new alignment. Okay? Now it's for the dangerous part. If you're younger, then you definitely need adult supervision because you don't want to stab yourself. So I'm just going to do this myself, but just remember you should have an adult with you at all times to make sure that you don't accidentally stab yourself and end up in the ER, which I'm pretty sure none of us want to end up with one less finger after this DIY. I used the knife, I believe, to cut the corners because the corners are sort of tricky, but when you're cutting, guys, you want to make sure that you're not cutting too hard because then you end up through the bottom of this. That's always a no-no, and you do not want that. So, I'm going to go off camera and record that. This is what it's like with the knife after you cut one corner. Not, see? Okay, so I've cut 2, but as you can see, I've accidentally cut right here. But that is perfectly fine, you guys, because you know what? It's going to be all covered when you're done, and it will be barely even noticeable. So don't sweat about it. Now, sometimes you can easily sweep across, but as you can see, this is sometimes not the case. So you can either use a knife or the scissors, but this is safer to use scissors in this instant because I prefer weak ones because then it's much harder, I would say, but you'll end up with it much more exact and you end up with cuts all over you when this project is done. But if you want to go ahead and just, get a couple scrapes and you find it easier to chop off right here, you want to make sure it's equivalent. I would say about leave right here, like cut off right here and right here, I'd say. Okay, I'll even leave marks. So I just made a couple scratch marks. And I can obviously see where this is, but I don't know if it's quite catching it on camera. But I will leave a little pen mark right here. But if you have an iPad, this is not the case, definitely. So, boop, 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 just make circles around until you can see this. So, yep, I would say this is about right here, about an index finger length. So, I'm going to put my index finger right here and put a little mark right here. So I say that's pretty about where it is. So I made a mark. I'd say that's pretty equal right here. Yeah, but I'm gonna have to deal with it because this project is not supposed to be perfect. It's like, you know. So as you can obviously tell, this has more because I did not start exactly in the middle, which you do not have to. I found that much easier if you do not start in the middle because it's end up all weird sometimes, I guess. So I would not definitely do that. Even if you do have an iPad, I highly suggest just cutting this off because I find it a whole lot easier. I know what you guys are thinking. You still haven't cut out this, and it looks pretty trashy at the moment, if I do say so myself. But I absolutely like it so far because this stuff will be all gone and no sweat about this because it's not going to look as bad as it is right now. And of course, there's always such thing as customizing in paint. Paint. You can use paint or markers, but I would prefer paint, but I do not have paint in my household right now. I will check if I do. But I have markers at the moment now. I'll have to suit for that, and it will cover it pretty well. So, yeah. I'm just going to go cut out this thing where the phone belongs. Now that this is cut out, it looks pretty ratty. I know. Calm down, people. So, I found out a way to help this not look so ratty. But I'll tell that to you guys when the video is done. I'll leave the final last steps. So, what you're going to do now is get your two handy-dandy solo cups. I got the one with the designs because I think they look much better and prettier, if that's even a word. So I honestly just like the ones better with design. So yeah. So now you're going to put the solo cups where you like it. But that's not the most important part right here now, because you want to make sure that you do not have to cut the bottom, because that will ruin the whole DIY. So I suggest just facing it towards you. But come on, guys, this looks pretty ridiculous at the moment. Don't you agree? So you're going to make a line about where I'd say you'd want it. You don't have to use a pen. You can use a Sharpie because you can. So I'm going to go off camera and go get a Sharpie really quick. So I went off camera and got a Sharpie. So you're going to try to face this right here. I'll face this down on the ground so that you guys can see this really better because this will look pretty trashy if you don't. So, I'm going to put my phone right in there so you guys can see it fits pretty snug, which is perfect. So, you're going to do this, and you see this? Okay, so see this line right here. I'm going to do about how many inches wherever you want, and I would say about here would be pretty fabulous. Okay, so I'm right that. So I think that looks much better, and I'm going to show you what it looks like after you mark the whole circle, what you need to do. If you don't know what I mean by the whole circle, it's just going to do whoop around the whole entire cup so that you have the right angles and stuff like that. You guys, if you have a designed cup, you're going to obviously want to do light strokes so that it doesn't come out looking really funky. And if it doesn't match up quite right, but I think mine does because I don't want it to be perfectly even because the DIY is supposed to be unique. Like, no one's going to have the same exact DIY as you because you're all cut it differently. So, you're just going to want to, go over a couple things, spots where you made face, so that the DIY is unique. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my handy dandy scissors, because sometimes these are lame and sometimes these aren't. Okay, I need to cut that. Perfect. Oh dear, okay. Okay, so I'm just going to cut a line right above it. It's pretty noisy. So I'll be right back. But guys, since now that I have this, I just want to take out my phone real quick out of this and make sure it aligns perfectly the way that I like it. So I think it aligns pretty well because you don't want it pretty big. But as you can see, I like the black outline. I'm just going to outline the black because it gives a lot more bold. It's just a lot more bold. It gives a whole lot more character. But you don't have to do that, so. But after you're done with this, you're gonna line up the paper roll. Okay? Whoops. Sorry, my paper roll fell on the floor. But you're just gonna do this. Line it where you like, and go right here. I don't like it like that. I'd say about there's good. But you're gonna want to put it about an inch higher. So I'd say that's good. And you're going to want to try to cut a circle figure, I would say. And I would just try to measure a circle out, or just try to get a figure of how big the circle is. But as you can see, it's not a perfect circle so far, but I'll be right back and show you what I mean. I would suggest just cutting a hole right here. And this is where your tape or staples or whatever you're using could come really handy. I know you're not going to like this sometimes, but you're just going to have to stick this in. Shove it if you have to, because sometimes the custom hole won't fit if it did originally, but now it does. Twist this if you put it backwards, and you want to make sure it looks like this. I'll show you what one speaker looks like. Okay, so you see this? That's how it originally is. But with one speaker, it will sound like this. What a big difference, you guys, don't you think? Anyways, it stands up your phone, which I think is amazing. And I'll show you what two speakers sounds like. It sounds even better. Now for the fun part. The decorating. Without. Bye guys from Gabby's YouTube. Hope you had fun making this DIY. Yeah, and sometimes it will work better with standing up depending, so. I was trying not to copy anyone. Many people have done this, and I'm really sorry if I've copied you, but I mean, everyone does it differently. Bye.